Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Space Marine from 2011 here. We are making our way to the Titan Manufactorum, but before we do, let me go and thank the channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, Mooncheese, Cameron, Franklin, Shadowfighter Pro, JT, Michael, and Pfeiffer. Thank you guys so much. This content is brought to you in 1440p by the channel members and everyone else who has supported me along the way. I really do appreciate those channel memberships and everyone else who watches. Yeah, I missed a servo skull there, and also I picked up the absolute worst weapon in this entire game. The plasma gun is terrible, and I hate it. But yeah, get your death counters ready, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to be dying a lot in this episode. I know I said that in the last episode, but it was actually this episode where I was going to be dying a lot. This plasma gun is terrible, and I absolutely hate it. I wish I would have never have picked it up there. I would have rather just have the lovely las cannon. You'd be like, wow, Ghost, this thing seems pretty effective so far. Why don't you like using it? Because it will not fire a half-charged shot. You either have to full charge it or no charge it. You cannot fire a half-charged shot. And I really... it is useful for taking out these big guys here. Yes, don't get me wrong, but oh my word, for everything else, it is absolutely awful. And you can see I'm standing out here in the open, dealing a bunch of damage to myself, and I'm about to die, and I'm going to go ahead and retreat behind cover here, limping back to cover here on very, very low HP. Gonna pop out here, go for a few shots. I really should be saving this plasma cannon, this plasma gun ammunition here to take on the heavy hitters instead of using it on these little boys here where I could just be using the explosive bolt rounds to take them out, which I eventually do figure out. Hey, why not, you know, just use the handheld RPG that you have there, Ghost? It would be a pretty good idea. Uh-oh, that's more squigs. I'm gonna keep popping in and out of cover here, and hopefully I do not die. That is a whole lot of greenskins. Gonna have to roll away from this one. And they are gonna absolutely charge me down, and I'm out of that plasma gun ammo. I should have saved it, but luckily I have the Supreme Fury to bail me out here, ladies and gentlemen. The power axe. Oh, we got a big boy there. I really should be charging forward with the Supreme Fury to try to at least get a few hits on him with that, because of the increased damage. Gonna use some grenades here, and I'm gonna get smacked into next week with his weapon there. I need to keep running here. I'm very, very low. Need to be really careful here. And it looks like he actually has gone down here, which is very, very lucky for me.
Lieutenant, the central outpost is under attack.
Tell them we're on our way.
Move out, brothers.
All right, looks like we need to make our way towards the central outpost to get these sentry guns back online to start dealing with these damned orcs.
We need those sentry guns.
Lieutenant, where is the generator?
If you continue on, you'll find the
I will contact you once I'm brothers, the guardsmen will need your help if the guns are reactivated.
You can just pop the Supreme Fury without actually going into melee combat and still get the heal off of it. So it's not the worst idea just to pop it in if you're in between sections here, just to get a full heal. It's not terrible. There is some more ammo for the plasma gun there that we did pick up. But like I said, the plasma gun's terrible, and I absolutely hate it in this game. The plasma gun in the second game is so good, and I love it. But in this game, it doesn't really have as much splash damage, so it's not super useful. Although I will say it does deal with those red armored guys and the shield guys very, very well. But I'm on extraordinarily low HP, so I can't sit out in the open and charge a plasma gun shot. That's just not something that I can really do. I should be popping in and out here using my armor, using my iron halo and my armor to fight these guys with the explosive bolter. But this big guy, I need to take him down. So we're gonna hit him with the plasma gun there. Should be really saving the plasma gun rounds at this point. All I need to do is make it over to those gear icons and reactivate the console. So this shouldn't be too difficult to do. But we are very, very low on HP, and I no longer have any, I no longer have a way to damage those red guys beyond shooting in between their armor panels and throwing grenades at them. I also do have a plasma pistol. I guess I could have used that as well. Gonna pick up that ammo there. Gonna get us back up to 50 here. And this part of the mission is an absolute shit show, and I start running away because this is just too much. I'm very, very low on health, and these guys are coming at me from all sides here. We're gonna use the power axe here. We're gonna pop the Supreme Fury, I believe. Yeah, I think I do end up popping it here. I should be. There it is. And you'll notice that your health does just passively heal when you pop the Supreme Fury. So you might as well take advantage of it. And since I'm out of melee range, I really am just gonna go for some shots here on the most valuable targets. You can see me trying to make my way around here to get to the to actually make it over to the console there. And that I honestly would recommend just rushing the console maybe instead of playing slow, because the longer you play it slow here, the more beat up you are going to get for sure. I'm gonna try to, I should have tried to execute one of those guys for some HP back. I realize that it's mostly these guys up on that bridge there that are dealing the majority of damage to me. Yep, right there, those guys. I need to be popping out and taking those guys out, because those are all of the rocket launcher guys. And oh, direct hit. It seems like the AI can't really figure out where I'm at, which is mostly ideal for me. We do have a big boy here, so we do need to be a little bit careful here. Looks like he has spotted where I'm from, or where I'm at here. I'm gonna be very, very low here. I'm gonna get my Supreme Fury off just in time to be able to take him out. Whew. Man, that was close. You can, I believe, deactivate the Supreme Fury, but I need the passive health regeneration for sure, and I need to take out these rocket boys here. I'm actually surprised I haven't died yet. I thought I had died way more in this. Maybe it's just in my figment of my imagination. So I decided to finally start pulling out the plasma pistol and taking some shots with this bad boy, because you can pop out and shoot it. But then I decide better of it and to go back to the regular bolter there. You can kill those red armored guys with the regular bolter, especially the explosive bolter. It does a decent amount of damage, but all we need to do is to make it to that gear console and to activate the lovely sentry guns to take out these damn dorks. There we go. Sentry guns are powered up now. If you can rush that console and make it over there and then activate it, the sentry guns absolutely shred everything. So you don't really have to worry beyond just activating that. They will whip around and they will shred everybody. I technically don't have to be, I don't have to be shooting here. I'm just choosing to for funsies. Then we need to make our way back over to Lieutenant Mira here. Or not Lieutenant Mira here, but the guardsman here who's showing us the way into the Titan Manufactorum.
Sidonis to Captain Titus. We are running into orcs down here. Nothing like above, though. Just enough to be an annoyance. We will be there soon.
Understood.
I know I've mentioned a lot, but the scenery in this game is wow. Just the level design overall and the variety of different structures and level layouts is truly amazing, honestly. There is a little servo skull back there. I know I missed one earlier, but I don't think I see this one either. Man, it really sucks when you watch yourself go back and play a game and you notice that you're missing a whole bunch of stuff. And then I realized, oh, hey, maybe there's a servo skull back there. But yeah, I did miss the one earlier. And I think last episode, we missed an actual power up to our character, which is really, really unfortunate. So you can make this game as difficult as you would like it to be. Uh-oh, Grimskull is not dead. Oh shit, it's the final showdown.
Get out of here with that spark. I'm Boss Grimskull. This whole planet is mine. Whoa!
All right, well, he clearly doesn't understand how real estate laws work, but we must take him out. This is where I die a lot. I know that for a fact because this guy is a pain in the ass to deal with, man. I popped the Supreme Fury here to deal a great amount of damage to him. He's gonna throw these grenade things, and they're actually flashbangs. So sorry if anybody has epilepsy. Look away now for this entire fight. I decided to stack a whole bunch of grenades on him there. You need to avoid the grenades that he shoots on the floor, and then you also need to avoid him running into you and charging into you. And keep in mind, you can actually damage yourself with the plasma cannon there, or the plasma gun rather. You can damage yourself very greatly with that, so you need to be quite careful with that. But at least there is a checkpoint within the fight. I thought I could look away from the flashbangs. This isn't Counter-Strike Ghost. You can't turn away from the flashes. You just kind of have to eat them when he decides to throw them. I really need to be hitting the boss here with this. You can also make him blow himself up. And you do want to use the plasma gun if you do have it. If you have the las gun as well, that does very, very good in this fight. I do remember that originally that the las cannon does quite a large amount of damage here. And you want to roll underneath that spurt of fire that he does there. I'm gonna pop my second Supreme Fury of this fight. I really need to be hitting the boss here, and then I'm gonna go down yet again. But luckily, we have that little checkpoint there. And I think this time is when I finally figure out what the hell I'm doing. I've got a plan together. So I'm gonna hit him with the plasma gun here. I'm going to avoid the fire on that. Gonna get stunned here. That's the only problem with these small guys coming around near you. They do stun you, but remember, he can blow up his own guys. So if you stand right next to him, he'll shoot all the grenades into the floor, damaging himself and all of his allies around him. And you basically just want to kite this guy. And I'm very, very low on ammo there. There is ammo containers scattered around the arena. Whenever he flashes you like that, you just want to roll around, and that's generally the best way to go about it. And then you really just want to continue. I thought I couldn't damage him here, but I guess you can. But yeah, that is the final form of him right there, is him being up there shooting rockets at you, bringing squigs down. And I decide to start blowing the squigs up to hit him. I pull out the explosive bolter here. And then I realize I can destroy those guys as they run up by using the explosion of the plasma gun. And we finally have taken down boss Grimskull. I was like, there's no way he's done. That was way too easy. But yeah, that is a pretty tough boss fight if you are playing on the higher difficulties.
But I am finished with you, Orc.
And man, I tell you what, when you are playing through this for yourself, sorry if you can hear Milo squeaking a toy in the background, but yeah, if that is the first time you have seen that scene, oh boy, it is a very, very impactful scene. I'm gonna have to take this squeaky toy from him.
The damned Orc is dead.
Finally, some good
The damned orc is dead.
Directly to the Titan Manufactorum.
The faster the better. Those orcs slowed us down.
And gave Nemeroth time to prepare his invasion. We must get to the Titan and destroy that warp gate.
Captain Titus, the orcs are running scared. What's happened?
The captain dealt with their war boss once and for all.
We have a chance now.
Bolster your defenses. The demon host will not be so easy to frighten off.
Good luck, Titus. All our hopes are with you.
All right, we are making our way towards the Titan Manufactorum. We must release the Titan from its docking clamps. And I'm like, that's interesting. What's over here?
Titan Invictus.
It's a weapons room.
What is the status of the Titan?
My crew and I are aboard Invictus, but she's immobilized. You will need to activate our berth's backup generator to release the mooring clamps.
Understood.
So I finally swap out the awful plasma gun for the stalker bolt rifle. Not going to be much better at dealing with those heavy armor guys, but that's why we have the plasma pistol and why we have grenades and melee. Oh yeah, more chaos cultists. These guys seriously do not fuck around, man. They are, they mean business. You know, these are not your grandchildren's chaos cultists in Space Marine 2. These are grandpappy's chaos cultists. They don't fuck around. And the stalker bolt rifle is not exactly adept at dealing with the Space Marines. Even 5 shots to the head there on a downed Space Marine was not enough to take him down. So you do need to use a different weapon to take those guys out. Maybe possibly the plasma gun, but you know, it can be really whatever you want. I decided to pop the Fury here and just charge into the middle of all of them. The Fury will pretty much prevent you from dying as long as you don't take any large burst damage. So avoid grenades and avoid getting smacked around by the hostile Space Marines. But yeah, those Chaos Cultists are deadly accurate, and their weapons deal a good amount of damage to you. So you need to be really careful. But what you really have to watch out is those little Chaos rockets there. Oh, finally a las cannon. Jesus Christ. Took long enough. But yeah. You do need to watch out for those little Chaos rockets flying off of the Chaos Space Marines. If they hit you, and they're tracking, by the way, they track you. Little foreshadowing there for the game. But yes, if those things hit you, they deal a great amount of damage. So definitely use that dodge roll. Definitely use some solid cover in between you. And oh my good God, holy shit, what is that? That thing just completely melted me from fucking 100 to 0 there. Oh, it's a heavy bolter. Oh my God. Yeah, that heavy bolter there completely just almost killed me. I believe I do go down here again as well. I should have backed up, waited for my armor to recharge, but you know, we're Space Marines. We go in. We are the vanguard. So I'm embodying my inner Titus here, and it's going to be to my own disadvantage here. I don't know if tearing off this machine gun's a good idea. It's at least a good idea for when you face this guy right here. Yep, turn around, Ghost. There in front of you. Oh, we have a nice little chaos gate opening up there. Uh-oh. It's a psyker. A chaos psyker opening a warp portal for more occultists to come out of. We need to take that guy down, and oh my God, if he shoots you, he fucking melts you, man. I didn't realize we were able to shoot him. But yeah, now I know. Yeah, he does a lot of damage. So we need to take him out first and foremost, and then we can take out the rest of the cultists. But first, let's not lose all of our HP when we peek this doorway here. And let's try not to eat it from that chaos cultist there on the heavy bolter, man. He does not fuck around. Yeah, even in the short time that it took me to kill him, which is like 2 shots from the bolter. You know, it's an explosive bolter. It's not going to take a lot of shots to take them out. But in that time where it took me to land 2 shots on him, I lost almost all of my Iron Halo armor, which is pretty fucking crazy. I don't know if they actually want you tearing this off, but I decided to tear it off because it's a very, very strong weapon, and we can basically just melt these guys here. He opens the gate once again. And Ghost, take him out first. There we go. He's down. Now time to deal with the rest of these cultists here. They remind me of like Arbites, like Trader Arbites. That's what they kind of look like. That, you know, that all black and gray armor. I feel like I'm playing Kill Team right now. Yes, the heavy bolter does not have a great amount of range. It's pretty solid for dealing with stuff close up, but as you can see there, that is a Space Marine sniper there, a Chaos Marine sniper, and it is it's not exactly adept at dealing with him. You know, of course, you know, it's a heavy bolter, it's a explosive heavy machine gun, but you need to swap off this weapon, and I don't know how to actually drop it, so I just decided to fire all the ammo out. And there are like 3 snipers, so you do need to be a little bit careful, but eventually I do snipe him down, but it does take quite a little bit there. And you kind of want to burst it. Yeah, if you burst it like that, like 3 to 5 rounds, you'll get some accurate shots on target. This game actually does have good first shot accuracy. But as you'll notice there, I took a little tiny hit from one of those snipers and it absolutely shredded me. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna blow the rest of these rounds here so that I can actually get a weapon that can deal with these guys at long range. There we go. And I'm like, wait, what? He's not down? Nope. That is a Chaos Space Marine there. You have to shoot him twice, Ghost, or hit once in the head. I think. Sometimes. I don't know. Not an expert. All right. Come up to the lift here, gentlemen, and going up, please. Man, look at the Mechanicus logo on that door there. In 1440p, man, I tell you what, this game is absolutely beautiful. Thank you to the channel members once again for making that reality possible. I love the little announcer lady on the Vox, where she is telling everyone that they need to go back to work even though there is an emergency. They're saying level 5 workers and above need to remain at their stations even during the emergency, basically condemning them to death. I mean, no one's gonna listen to that. Everyone's gonna run. Maybe the Mechanicus. You see there? Right there. Class 9 and above. But yes, that is probably for a specific reason. As in, they are essential workers. And this is sort of a orky pandemic we are facing here, if you catch my drift.
That did it, Ultramarines. If you can release our mooring clamps, we can bring devastation to the invaders. The renegades have it well guarded.
Understood.
And we are releasing the mooring clamps that is holding the Titan back from being able to move. You would think a Titan could break through those clamps rather easily. Another section here where we got to deal with some of these really difficult Chaos Cultists, and you can see how much damage they do. Taking some of these guys out here. This one's not too bad now that I've figured out that I need to actually use cover. And I'm finally gonna get an execution off on a Chaos Marine here, and you do have to spam that one there. They are treated as a heavy enemy, and we are gonna hack this guy apart with our power axe. Sorry if you can hear Milo running around in the background, dropping his bone left and right. And we are in the thick of it here. We are in the shit, if you will. We really need to be using cover here. I decided to, I was trying to pull out the las cannon to take out that guy. And I need to be careful here. And there's a bunch of grenades on me, and I do go down again. You need to sit back and you need to let your, you have to remember that this is not a hack and slash. This is a shoot 'em up hack and slash. So At certain points in the game will tell you when it wants you to use melee weapons pretty much exclusively, but it would also tell you when you need to sit back, form a plan, and take out these guys from long range. Because the further away that these guys are, by the way, when they come out of those warp portals there, you need to throw grenades at those. That will take out the majority of those chaos cultists there, and you'll have a much easier time of dealing with these guys. The fucking aimbot activating there. He's trying to shoot where he was going. I don't think there's aim assist in this game, but there may be. But you can see there, grenade being very, very effective against those chaos demons, slowing them down a great amount there. You gotta watch out for the phase shifting though. These guys do love to bounce around. Man, I really wish they had those chaos demons in the second game, because they are just so cool. And there's 2 Space Marines here that we were gonna go for an execute on, but then we got a cutscene. Oh shit. He's got a big old mace. Goddamn. Gonna pop the Supreme Fury here. Gonna take out both of these little Chaos Marines first, and then I'm gonna go in and hack this boy 2 pieces with the Power Axe. Very, very heavy damage on that weapon. You have to remember, it is the medium weapon of the game. So you have, I don't think there's a combat knife in this game, but maybe there is. I cannot remember. I think there was in the early episodes, but you have a combat knife, then you have a chain sword, a power axe, and then the thunder hammer. But yeah, the power axe is definitely the way to go. I would say power axe or chain sword. Chain sword, you're going to be able to go through combos a lot quicker. You won't get staggered as much. Power axe staggers enemies very greatly though. The thunder hammer disables the use of a few ranged weapons, so I would recommend not using it unless you're going for a melee focused playthrough, which is always a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. Oh, we can't go in that way. And I don't know if y'all noticed, they didn't actually use an invisible wall. They just created a little lip on the floor there with the door that Titus cannot pass over. Apologies if you can hear Milo chewing on his bone in the background. Even with all of the mic filters, that dog can still find a way to make noise on a recording. But I love him though. He's the best. Hey Bubba, could you pick a less noisy toy? Thank you. He's definitely not going to pick another toy.
to supercharge your weaponry.
The power source. The rights involved in using it safely. Only the High Fabricator himself.
Unless we act now, an entire Chaos fleet will hang over your Forge world.
Understood.
Yes, Ghost, you do have to turn around and look and use your eyeballs. I will say the only thing that really hasn't held up to the passage of time with this game. Oh, he picked a more noisy toy. Okay, very good. But the only thing that really hasn't held up to the passage of time with this game is just really the terrain textures, like the environment textures. The textures on Titus still look absolutely beautiful, and hopefully the if the remaster of this game is good enough, maybe I'll do a playthrough of that as well, even though it is just the exact same game. If the remaster is good enough, I'll do a playthrough of the remaster. It's just $40 to play the same game again right after we played this. Maybe a bit of a waste of money on my part, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys would like to see that. I will be putting some polls up on the channel as I start to get some of these series finished for what games will replace this game and a few of the other games on the channel.
Yes, Captain.
Did y'all hear that? Over my rambling? They want us to get on to the Titan, and I will say yes. Definitely saying yes there. I mean, you'd have to be out of your mind to not want to board a Titan. And what the fuck is that thing? Is that a fucking servitor? A flying gun servitor? Oh shit, man. I don't know. Is that a chaos flyer of some kind? But we do have the lovely Stormbolter now that we just got. Man, does this thing rip and shred. The ripping and the tearing. I hope nobody takes the dirty meaning from that. But yes, there is a servitor skull in here. But yeah, the Stormbolter. Oh my god, possibly my favorite like ranged weapon in all of gaming. It's like a machine gun, but it's also like a shotgun. But it's a shotgun that's also like a machine gun. Oh man, it is a joy to use. And we're gonna make our way over to the elevator here. And ladies and gentlemen, that unfortunately is all we have time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every one of you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys are still enjoying this series. I will see you all in the next video. Let me go ahead and thank the channel members real quick. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, Moongees, Cameron, Franklin, Shadowfighter Pro, JT, Michael, and Pfeiffer. And thank you to everyone else who has supported me up to this point and made it possible for us to upgrade to 1440p. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Peace out.